You name it. Every social institution is simply another level of survival. Because, see, we humans are very social creatures. So we survive individually, but then we survive collectively as well. Then our collectives become an extension of us. So this complicates survival even more. Of course, you can see this within the animal kingdom too, like with ants. Individual ants care about their survival, but even more so, they care about the survival of their ant colony. And in fact, I have a whole episode called Collective Ego, where I talk about collective survival. It's one of my most important and profound episodes, so go check that out. And it's because humans survive in a highly social way, that's what makes us so powerful as a species, politics becomes so central to human affairs. A lot of people dislike politics and they say, oh, politics is just, I don't want to have anything to do with it. It's all bullshit. But yet it's central to survival. All of these social institutions are filled with politics. I'm not just talking about mainstream politics of the nation, that's obvious, but I'm also just talking about, politics within your little corporation that you work in, or politics within your nonprofit, politics within the military, politics within a sports team. It's all there. The politics is there. Why is it there? That's how you do survival in a social environment. See, that's the equivalent of going and picking fruit off a tree. A chimp will pick some bananas off a tree. Politics is the human equivalent of that. And of course, even chimps have politics within their chimp troops. Actually, quite sophisticated politics. You can read about it. I have a book on my book list which is really good. It talks about chimp politics. And actually how remarkably it parallels human politics. It's quite scary. We truly are the third ape, as we're sometimes called. Another key insight for you is because identity, the thing that's being survived, is a fantasy, ideas and beliefs become central to survival, not just objects and people or material goods. Defending your worldview is a huge part of survival as a human. People underestimate this because we generally, when we think of survival in a sort of a material, physicalistic sense of just like surviving your body, biological sense, then we tend to place too much importance on material objects and people. And it's obvious that a car is a material object which significantly enhances a human's survival ability, extends it. But even more important than a car is a human being's worldview. Because a car is still just a very local thing. It's just an object. You can change it, you can replace it quite easily. People go through many cars in their lifetimes. But a worldview, this is actually imprinted into your mind from birth. This is very difficult to change. Almost impossible to change if you're talking about just changing the entire thing. Your worldview is like your operating system, which governs how you interpret and understand everything that's going on around you. And of course, human beings, we take in all these ideas and beliefs, and we're always interacting with other human beings through symbols, through language, through ideas, through concepts, through philosophy. This is very much all wedded to your worldview, how you interpret and think about the world. This affects everything. It's your operating system. And of course, the operating system is more foundational than any individual app that is installed on it. See? So for humans, defending their worldview becomes a huge part of survival. And in fact, you could battle someone to the death over a conflict of worldview. You would think like, well, that's so silly. Why would people kill each other over a worldview? But you're underestimating just how significant a worldview is. It's more significant than a car. Sometimes it's even more significant than a family member. Some parents would rather disown their children than give up part of their worldview. That happens all the time around the world, especially in many developing countries where their worldview tends to be quite dogmatic, spiral dynamics stage blue or lower.